अलिकति यो पोइन्ट अफ टाइममा आई डोन्ट नो वाट पिपल सेड मिड लाइफ क्राइसिस के हो, तर त्यही भएर मैले मान्छेलाई हुन्छ नि सोच धेरै आउँछ नि कि बडीमा चेन्ज हो कि मिड लाइफ क्राइसिस हो कि
or is a combination of everything.
बुझ्न सक्दैन नि त मान्छेले के भइरहेको हो कस्तो भइरहेको, सो तर पछि टाइमले चाहिँ आफै हिल हुने कुरा हो। त्यही भएर अब मान्छे कुन डिरेक्सनमा जान्छ, स्पिरिचुअल जान्छ नि त। मलाई चाहिँ अहिले आई फिल इट है। त्यही भएर तपाईँले नि लाइक वृन्दावनको कुरा आउनुभयो, कृष्णको कुरा कस्तो इन्ट्रेस्टिङ लाग्यो। सो कसरी कनेक्सन आयो यो गीतमा अनि त्यहाँ?
You know, Rumi, whatever you seek is also seeking you. So I think I've given in to the creative energy, to be really honest. I understand that I can't force it. I understand, like, I have a lot of daiyaru from, you know, commercially successful brand. They look at me and they say about that kali commercial geet nikala na bhancha ke, and they're speaking from a lot of empathy because they see that you know I'm putting in the work. When I go on stage, they see the performance, they congratulate me and they tell me, okay, no, you take the next step. And I said, okay. I said, I agree with what you're saying, like, but I work in like media and advertising as well, which is what pays the bills. So I've taken the pressure off the music in a way. Yeah? I'm not looking at it in terms of financial dependency yet. And but I want to in the future, because I think once you go all in, once you like put all the chips in, like high risk, high rewards. That's the thing. Always in life, and I'm looking forward to that. Also, that phase is coming in my life. Like 2023 is important, and I told him that also. And I whenever I said something is important, something really bad or global cataclysm happens, because I had the same feeling about 2020. I was like, I'm gonna do something, like something's big is gonna happen 2020, and then Corona and everything shut down after that. Sure enough. So I like to sort of go have an ambition, because like to be very honest, I'm a dad first now before anything else. All of my schedule, my tours, my work, everything revolves around what time my daughter gets up and what time she goes to sleep. Like and I tried like to do as best as I can, but then as a musician, she's like, this whole change is also a source of inspiration and creative writing, because you're opening this new chapter of your life and you don't know, nobody's given anybody the manual how to be a dad, right? And it's all trial and error method, right? And you do the best that you can do, and by this time you understand that patience is like just patience to see how things go, and how things, like letting them take their pace, sort of reveals things onto you. And
I think once you relieve that pressure, you get to nurture that, right?
Absolutely. And it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress for sure.
Always is.
Yeah, that's the inspiration. Like, to be really honest, it's becoming a father. I think that's the inspiration where it's coming from. Like, my daughter is born in the Rohini Nakshatra.
What is that?
Rohini Nakshatra is the same array of stars where Krishna was born.
Yeah, that logo for the first album or second album, it kind of represents it.
I never knew तपाईँको यस्तो कनेक्सनहरु.
No, I didn't know it either.
Oh, really?
I didn't know it either.
You just figured it out,
it just happened. Like I remember, like I remember sitting down and just thinking, and Papiko lyrics just came to me in like, I saw it in terms of visuals in my eyes. So Papiko, the lyrics of Papi is based on a chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay? In English, it's called the Plight of Arjun. The Plight of Arjun is actually at some point in the war, he like puts down his arms, like his bow and arrow, because he says, these are all people like these are all babies, and I helped raise all of them, and now I'm killing them, and these are all people who raised me. This makes no sense to me. Like, he was so overstruck with grief. And when he's down, Krishna actually, that's when he talks to him and he says, you love them as relatives in this life, but I've loved them as my own for 10,000 lives. And what you see is not them, what you see is me. And when actually, this is all written in that chapter, when Arjun looks at them, he actually sees 1,000 Krishnas. And that's when Krishna reveals his transcendental form, his universal form, the ones that are on the poster. Which can be a great story told on acid.
I was getting deep into it. I was all visualizing everything.
See, my whole thing is like God may or may not be real, but human faith in God is pretty real to me now.
Absolutely.
I mean, so I don't know if there is a God or not. I don't know if there is a scientific way of describing. I'm sure, because science on different scale, there's astral science, there's cosmic science, there's science you haven't discovered, there's elements you don't know of. There are chemical compounds and structures that are we hardly know.
Discovering it every day. There's something new.
We hardly know 15% of what lies under the ocean, which is staggering. We know nothing about it. So, like, हाम्रो intelligence त जे पढिरहेछ त्यसकै बेसमा आइरहेछ नि त.
As we know it, as we've seen it.
That's where this came from. I brought this song, and यो song टाढाको जुन हामीले कुरा गरिरहेको थियो, right? The song that we're talking about. And like the whole theme of the album became this tribute, became this, just the floodgate sort of opened once I connected like my daughter and Krishna. And my daughter sings Krishna ko bhajans. Like she has a baby Krishna, and she's like she sings perfectly. Like she sings it's a Bengali bhajan, she sings properly.
Wow.
And she's 22 months of her.
Wow.
And she talks.
Some kids don't even talk like 3 years old.
Yeah, and she's doing well, and she's like usko, like now what I'm thinking about, like you have to think financially, you have to think about school and so many things, but there is also a lot of in my house, because my parents have been following a spiritual path since 1999. I was part of it till 2010. Like I used to get up at 4:30 in the morning and meditate, and I used
every day.
Yeah, every day, and then go running at 5:30 in the morning.
Every day.
I would try to every day because
physical, mental, and emotional balance.
Yeah, I was still, but I didn't have a lot of emotional balance because I was still 18, 19. Okay, I was very young.
Oh yeah,
I was very young.
Yeah, त्यो एजमा अलिकति figure out.
Yeah, it's a very confusing age, and when you're asked to like follow these rules, and like the goal of that path was realization, was siddhi, like no left or right. If you're unmarried, stay unmarried. If you're married, no kids. Like you have to, like, and I loved that path because it was so, like, you can see the change come because you're sacrificing. Nothing comes without sacrifice.
Exactly. Yeah,
nothing in life will ever come to you without sacrifices. Yeah. And I wasn't strong enough to stay on that path, to be very honest. That, like, it'll take me a few more incarnations, it'll take me a few more births to be ready for that path. But I can see that one day I'll be on that path. It's just a matter of few hundred years, and I'll be on that path because I saw what I needed to do. Like I saw there was a few experiences that I had during meditation that I don't know how to explain. But it's very. It was apparent to me that there's a lot going on more than just what you see and like what you have. And then I started reading about it in terms of astronomy and astrology and all those things. And like reading it also because of the man on the t-shirt right there, because Joe Rogan also sort of opened this, like not because it's just Joe Rogan, but like finding out about Ram Dass, Terence McKenna, Graham Hancock, all these scholars, Randall Carlson, astrobiologists, extraterrestrial fauna and things like that, like it's flora, and like I was so like that sort of knowledge also sort of increased the curiosity of all of this, that there is something more, or you just want something to be more. Okay, even if the whole universe is dead, even if there is no living source or anything out there, you still have this hope that it's out there. Okay?
It's a sense of soothing too, like, right? So if you believe in God, if you think and believe that there's a higher power, you're gonna try to feel better when you think about it. If you think there's nothing, then you're kind of nervous because you're by yourself. So you want to have that sense of security, right?
It's the Superman syndrome. There's a very famous thing that says, what would Superman do? Like when, like
fly.
He would fly. Like the sort of white meat baby face, the guy who's like the good guy, right? That's how you inspire the kids also, right? What would Superman do? Like if you see two people are fighting, what would Superman do? He would go and peacefully break up the fight, right? And like that's sort of instilling. That's what the Superman syndrome is. What would God do? Like if like that's how you want to be.
Correct.
And I think that is a good belief to have, as long as you don't waver to any extreme measures. Okay? And albeit, you have to always have your like, whatever you believe in, you have to believe in yourself first.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And then start from there. But again, the whole album came from this feeling of just giving in. Let's see where this is going. Let's explore this. And as much as I started going inside, the first song Papi is based, like, as I told you about that chapter in the Mahabharata. The second song, Tada, the one that we talked about, Vrindavan, is based on Mirabai.
What's Mirabai?
So Mirabai was a medieval Indian princess, actually, who was married into royal family, but ever since she was a kid, she had this obsession with Krishna. And even after she was married to a royal family, she quit her family and she retired to Vrindavan, which was so difficult because you're talking about women in medieval India.
Yeah.
And like, you think now is conservative, or 100 years ago was conservative. Imagine 1500, like 500 years ago, conservative. But she didn't care. She broke all the norms, and she like gave up her life in pursuit of Krishna. And it says that she like sort of they call it Atma Tyag, where the person leaves the body by choice, and dissolves into and dissolves into the the supreme, and that's what she got in the end. That's what they say. So that's these are stories like this that inspire. That's what that song is about. And I was telling Siddha, like I've the whole thing in my head that's ready. It's so weird. If only the things in my head would have production value. I would be
The time they will.
You should not force it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing, right? I have to just trust the process. Otherwise, I wouldn't. Like, that's the thing. You need other people to be yourself. Because you need pieces of the universe to sort of complete the pieces that you want, and you don't find it just within yourself sometimes. So meeting you, meeting Kshitiz Dai, meeting Binesh Dai, or meeting Pasang Dai, or whoever, meeting like all these people, Yogen Dai or Lenin Dai, like I see myself in all of you again. And they are like pieces of your existence in the universe, which is so good, because I feel the more I meet you, the more I have the encouragement to go ahead. Like, it's good for my mental health, the more people I meet like that as well. I think it's good for everybody's mental health. The more people, like, I think I'm good for your mental health too sometimes.
Absolutely. That's how it should be, right?
That's how it should be, right?
It's like a quantum entanglement, you know what I mean?
Quantum entanglement. So to answer your question, which was asked like 20 minutes ago,
that was a good back road. It's a scenic route.
It's the scenic route. Yeah.
Now we're reaching the destination.
Yeah.
Great.
So okay, हजुरको albumको नाम
ASM2. I'm gonna keep it simple.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, the next album's called ASM3. Spoilers alert.
4, 5.
No, it ends at 3.
It's called also.
I retire after 3. That's
why?
it. I don't have any. I don't know what to do after 3. To be honest, I'm blank at the moment. I have plans to ASM2, 1, 2, 3. After 3, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Maybe things will come to fruition.
Again, you have to leave it to time. I don't have a plan right now.
That's good.
It's still, I'm thinking pretty far out.
How old are you?
I am 35 now.
Wow, still young.
Yeah, almost.
I still got a lot more down.
अनि भनेपछि ल मलाई एउटा यो क्वेशन चाहिँ एकदम सोध्न मन छ क्या तपाईलाई. तपाईलाई त्यस्तो फोरफ्रन्टमा देखेको थिएन पहिला 2010 2009 2008 तिर. So all of a sudden तपाईँ एकैचोटि आउनु भएन. So but you are one of the great in Nepal, kya?
Thank you.
Where were you hiding?
Well, I mean, I got into music as soon as I left my school, when I passed out from plus 2. And
schooling in Nepal mein garnu?
Yeah, DAV, 1 to 12 in DAV. I'm like a infamous name in DAV. I have juniors, like 6 batch junior to me, come up and say, Abhishek Dai, man, we saw you play guitar in the morning assemblies and stuff. Like, they have stories about me and stuff. Like, I'm like, oh damn, okay, so my sort of legend has lived on in that, in those halls. Because I spent my whole whole academic life. Like I could have gone to a good school in Delhi because I was a scholarship student, and because I was part of the 0.1 percentile who got like above 80% in boards that they bill and stuff.
That's crazy.
And so, but I didn't go to any of those schools, and I went straight back to DAV and did my +2. Like I was just stupid and loyal to my friends. And so no, but I love them. So my whole chapter sort of started off from there. Okay? And then I was actually playing in Tamil in 2005, 2006 in G's Terrace before it burned down.
2005, 2006. Was that the time Girish and the Chronicles?
Even before that. Even before that. I was 18, 17, I used to play. I played a couple of shows, but then I had to sort of give everything up and start working. And I had to help out the family a little bit financially. So I gave up education. I gave up my guitar, my amps. I'm like, I quit. See you later. So I don't know why I did it. I was so extreme that I gave up my guitar and amp to my friends. I said, I don't want this anymore. I'm changing my life completely. And I started working, and I worked till I was 23, 24.
Nepal me?
Yeah, Nepal. Okay. Yeah, I was working in Nepal. So I've been working since I was 18, and like working, like earning a paycheck since I was 18. And this was saying, like I kept working throughout, but then like my friends, they heard about me and they like kind about suneko, and then one of my friends, Yunus, was my friend, and he called me over and he said, let's just jam. It's like 2010. Okay? And I had no interest in music. घरमा त्यति बेला लोड सेडिङ सुरु भएको थियो नि त, सो घरमा एउटा गिटार चाहिँ बजाउन थालेको थियो क्या. अब 20 घण्टा लोड सेडिङ के गर्ने अब हुन्छ नि. एउटा गिटार थियो घरमा. I used to play. One album that changed my life was Led Zeppelin's Greatest Hits. It was a 20-track album, and I sound the way I sound. Like whenever I sing Zeppelin, I get requested that all the time. Like Rajesh gets requested Freddie Mercury all the time, right? And it happens because like things we do subconsciously to mimic them that we don't even know that we are doing.
Exactly.
Okay?
It's kind of embedded.
It's part of my musical DNA. Like I don't think I sound like Robert Plant, but I do nuances like Robert Plant. Not even in Led Zeppelin songs. Like I do, like even more than Robert Plant, I became more like impressed by Jeff Buckley.
Oh, Jeff Buckley.
So Jeff Buckley was this amazing American singer-songwriter. He just released one album before he died when he was 30 years old.
How did he die?
He died in a motorboat incident. Like he went. It's so ironic. He was, I think, the Chicago River. So he was, he was just with a friend. He's like, I'm gonna go take a swim, and he goes swimming, and he's swimming and singing a whole lot of love. Yeah?
Wow.
And a boat came, and when a boat came and went, it sort of made this undercurrent, right? And sort of dragged him inside the water, and he drowned. Yeah.
Wow.
And his father died when he was his father was Tim Buckley. He was actually a folk artist.
Wow. I've heard about Jeff Buckley. Yeah. He's a wonderful musician.
Yeah. Oh my God. He sings Rahat Fateh Ali Khan, Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan's ye jo halka halka surur hai.
Wow.
And he sings it in Urdu, start to finish.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Wow, multi-talented.
No, he's if you guys want to listen to some good music, Jeff Buckley, definitely. So yeah, I think so I was playing 2005, 2006. I had to let it go. I gave up my guitars. I started picking it up again, and then my friend one day called me to a jam and recorded it on his laptop. And after a week, he called me and said, "Bro, you need to come over." And I came over, and that's the first time he made me listen to my voice. Okay? And what he said to me after that, it stuck 12, 13 years later. He said, bro, if you don't do music, this world will miss out on something.
Very true.
Absolutely.
Very true.
And because I was not going to do music. I was not playing. I was like a whole handicraft business in my mind and everything. And I'm like...
I think so. We need to give shout out to his friend.
Yeah, Yunus Marjan. Yeah, he is a molecular biologist.
Oh my!
Really? Yeah, and he was one of the best Led Zeppelin guitarists I've ever seen. He used to play Since I've Been Loving You, Kashmir, and he was like our Jatha days when we used to practice. Oh my God, the local Roxy was 50 rupees per quarter. We gave into the music. That हाम्रो सानो एउटा practice room थियो. We would get inside that room and in that room it was almost like church. Like we were so religiously in love with that music of the 70s of Zeppelin and Deep Purple. Like we just absorbed it, that the walls were seeping, were overflowing with it. I remember त्यति बेला साथीहरु पनि आउँथ्यो के practice room just to watch us practice, just to record us मात्रै के. And you know यतिकै के पुरानो camcorder मा, this 2011-10 को कुरा हो, 11 को कुरा हो यो चाहिँ. They used to come like पुरानो मोबाइल मा त्यो Nokia Music Express हरुमा चाहिँ त्यो record गर्ने and stuff like that. So it was so like I remember those times. I'm so grateful for those times, man.
So you were updated जुन नेपाली म्युजिकमा के भइरा थियो भन्ने त्यो पनि छोड्दिनु भएको?
No, I quit, man. I quit.
Really outside.
Cold turkey.
I out of mind, huh?
I like that's not how I roll. I have to give this up. I have to give up music forever, and that's how I approach it. That's it. Music is finished for me.
So I think so. You took a really, I mean, did it just like happen like this? Like you say, like, okay, I'll quit music and start working out?
No, it happens overnight with me.
It happened overnight.
I quit cigarettes overnight.
Oh,
like it just, I don't know what happens. Some switch flips, and it flips for.
It
just flips, and just you don't feel like you. I might love tea, and I wake up tomorrow. I'm like, I'm not gonna drink tea ever again in my life. And then.
त्यो के को प्रोसेस होला त? किनकि मैले धेरै नै सुनेको छु के मान्छे ओके बिहान उठ्ने बित्तिकै त्यो फिलिङ जान्छ रे के.
Yeah, the same with me with the cigarette too. I quit cold turkey.
Yeah.
One morning you wake up and then you'll be like,
yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, it's like a determination, and also like it's just a mindset.
मलाई चाहिँ के लाग्छ भने लाइक त्यो कुराले चाहिँ पहिलेदेखि अलिकति हिट subconsciously
subconscious build up is going to be
there. One morning you go and then okay, I'm done.
I'm done. Some incident happens and then you're like, okay, this is it. This is the turning point. I think it's. You never know when your moment is gonna come, but that's the whole point of the like I can't tell you what's gonna happen next is the best advice I can give you. Just prepare for everything, and and prepare for everything and prepare for nothing,
and don't expect anything.
No. I mean the only person you can have any expectation is with yourself. That's the only person that you have control of is yourself. You don't have control over anybody else, anything else. Everybody is living their life the best way they can. Everybody is going through shit. The best thing you can do is make their life less shittier.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. That's it. Like because everybody is going through some sort of hassle and everything, and yeah, man. I think it's a big whirlpool of certainty and uncertainty. Like, so I'm here right now. I probably know what I'm gonna do. Like tonight, we're gonna go back home, go to this place, go to that, go to bed. But there's also this level of uncertainty in life. I could be walking out there and get hit by a car. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah. Be grateful. Feel grateful about what you have because you have a lot more than what other people have. Like you have to sort of ground yourself. Like sometimes we become too ambitious in our work, in our pursuit, and we are like, yeah, you got me, but so.
Is that good or bad?
There is no good or bad. I think it's all the pursuit. How much positivity and how much negativity is in the pursuit. If it's positive energy, you'll be happy, you'll love the process towards it, whereas your process will be fraught with so many obstacles. If it's negative energy, and you're like,
then you discourage it back down and all.
I'm very like extreme ambitious.
I think it all depends on like your nature, who you are, the way you operate as a human being too. Because some people just need that fire up their ass. Somebody gotta light the fire up their ass to get going.
I agree.
Some people are just self-motivated naturally.
Like पनि एउटा एकदम ड्राइभिङ फोर्स हो
के. To me, it's a big one.
इक भनेको चाहिँ एकदमै खतरनाक कुरा रहेछ के.
पोजिटिभली लग्नु भयो भने कस्तो बवालको हुन्छ है.
उलाई देखाएर छोड्छु म भन्ने सोच्ने मान्छेहरूले पनि केही न केही चाहिँ गरेर देखाउँछ. मैले देखेको छु कि.
Absolutely.
They are not एकदम पोजिटिभ माइन्ड स्पेसमा काम त गरेको छैन तिनीहरूले हैन, तर त्यही नेगेटिभ कुराले मलाई यस्तो गर्यो कुरालाई नि तिनीहरूले like they've used it like this catapult, this force to light this fire every morning for them to get out and do it. But at the end of the day, you have to forgive yourself and the other person, and you have to move on. Like otherwise, like you won't have any. If you don't have any closure, you won't do the next thing.
Correct. Yeah. You have to have closure in life to be comfortable.
Yeah, you have to. As painful as it is at times, you have to close it down.
Especially on the creative space, like
you have to close it down.
अनि त्यस भए तपाईँ चाहिँ लाइक एकछिन ब्रेक भयो होइन म्युजिकबाट अनि त्यसपछि फेरि तपाईँ आउनुभयो अनि त्यसपछि
What happened after that?
What happened? तपाईँले Spirit X start गर्नुभएको कि solo के गर्नुभएको?
No, Spirit X was the first. So at one point I was in 3 bands. I still am, but त्यति बेला चाहिँ this is 2012. So Kamikaze was the Zeppelin tribute band, but we released 3 originals as well. YouTube मा पुरा त्यो mobile Micromax को recording बाट के. That's also like I was so I don't know how to explain it. Like, you know, when I quit the job I was doing and like financial stability, I remember telling my dad, like, now I want to do music. And let me do music for 5 years and see. Because my father said, you know, music is very uncertain, child. You know, I mean, he is a son of a musician, and he's a musician also. He said, you know, just you know, have a plan B, do something else also on the side so that you have the money. Like, okay. And so till 2015 I asked him for this time so that I can do something in music, and त्यति बेला चाहिँ I was in a band called Kamikaze. We were about to release songs and albums and stuff, and then the guitarist left for Korea because he wanted to do his PhD in molecular biology. Wow. So that band broke up.
Oh, the
same guy who did that. Yeah. And I'm still in touch with him. Oh, he's in North Carolina, I might go see him. Okay, there you go. He's not too far from him. I might go see him. It just came to me. See, things were meant to happen.
Exactly.
And then the next band was Ants on a Mission, which is still the name of my bassist Facebook handle. And that band also never came to fruition because people had things to do. And then came Spirit X, last month. It was a 3-man band, me, Nikesh, and Gaurav on bass. Gaurav is actually a lead guitar player, and he picked up the bigos because I was not that good at the bass. Although I played bass in a Rage Against the Machine tribute band. Wow. And you know, I would do vocals, kune vocals also while playing the bass. And but then he picked up the bass because he's much better at the bass. He's a much better guitar player than me also. But I could sing and do the guitar thing, and then pum sabai garyo. And we just started releasing songs. We had Goodbye that came out in 2014, and besides that was good. But you know, the blues was a dimension, but I wanted to explore more dimensions, and that's how ASM came to be. And I saw these boys at their concert with the bands that they used to be in, and I said, these are the guys I want. And then Simon came in, we got the 4 crew together, and then for the flute, I don't know how I met Kiran. Now I forgot. See, I've killed too many brain cells. I don't know how I met him, but I remember how I felt when I met him. Like, he was so down to earth, such a sweet guy, and now he's a full-time member of the band.
Wow.
So
the flute, damn.
The flute just adds a different level to it.
I agree, and I've told him many times, I've told him that, look, you know, you are a better musician than all of us, because you get up in the morning and you practice. Every single day, and then you go and work and you play, and then you go to studio sessions and then you play. So you are doing music 24/7. So 100% you're going to be better than us. We are just weekend rockers, you know, we're weekend warriors, right? And he looked at me and he said, हैन दाइ त्यसमा पनि धेरै कुराहरू हराउँछ के भन्नाले तपाईसँग स्पेस छ नि त सोच्नको लागि हैन कहिलेकाहीँ एकछिन टाढिनु पनि पर्छ के
absolutely have to, man.
So that you can approach it fresh, you know.
But it's good that he has that knowledge back of his head.
Man, like, he's supposed to play with the tabla, and like I tell him, you are supposed to be like Pandit or Ustad. Like, you are supposed to like not play with us. You should have a tabla player and a tanpura player next to you, and you should be playing in Royal Academy Hall.
Wow.
And I tell him that. I said, so do more rags, so that like I can see that in the future. If you do that, it's international music. You can tour Europe. Mero bajale tetro world bhari tour garnu bhacha playing the sitar, you know, and in front of European audiences who will give them like 5 minute standing ovations.
Exactly.
So they would feel something out of that music.
I think Western world needs a lot of Eastern music.
Yeah. And it's
all the way around
true.
now.
Yeah, so, I mean, like my friend, like Saurav has this grunge influence in his music. So the westernization tara usko bhakaharu चाहिँ त्यो पूर्वेली नै छ के अझै चाहिँ.
Is he from Dharan?
He's from that belt.
Yeah, because I heard Kush band is from Dharan.
They're from that belt. किनभने like he is a legend. He's like a gem all over Nepal actually, but from Purba, like in Purba, people like love him. And he is like मेरो पेयर्सहरुमा मेरो जेनेरेसनमा पर्ने मान्छे चाहिँ ऊ हो रोक्सक दाल फ्रम पहिलो बत्ती मुनि हो
Oh, पहिलो बत्ती मुनि. Do you know like we have ex bassist of पहिलो बत्ती मुनि?
Who was he?
Baltimore.
Dipesh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, he's right here.
Very
Right,
close
right,
friend of
right.
mine.
I was gonna call him this morning, video chat with him. So he's a big
Yeah.
fan of your work. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
fan. I mean,
Yeah, I mean he said he has the main badge
yeah.
on the page also. He has the top fan badge.
That's the
Dheeraj, sorry, that's Dheeraj.
We're in the same team actually.
Yeah.
They're in the same band. Dipesh, Dheeraj, you guys are all working
Wow.
together.
yeah,
now.
he's ex bassist of पहिलो बत्ती मुनि.
Wow.
That's amazing.
So yeah, continue.
So yeah, I feel blessed. It's a very good generation. I get mutually inspired. Like Space, just a band boy.
Space.
Like I get inspired by them, and then the young ones also, like new bands like Tape, like Spit Strings, Tritone and Tritone. Yeah, and
Wow.
अब यो band champion ले गर्दा a lot of bands have come into fruition as well. Freebirds. I remember seeing the band Freebirds. They were called Illuminate Prakash, and they opened for us as in for Two Gunslingers, me and Sarat Dai.
Oh, Two Gunslingers.
Yeah, that's there too. Yeah.
Two
About that
Gunslingers.
one.
Very
That's Two Gunslingers is very older than Spirit Expanded. Yeah, because two Gunslingers was made just for a show. Okay? Like me and Sarat Dai just said, okay, let's jam. No, it was made right around Spirit Expanded because हामी Earthquake को बेला त्यसपछि fundraisers गरिरहेको थियौँ, and we did one in Sound Factory को backyard. It was called the Backyard Sessions.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. Jaula Bani Mandal.
Yeah, Bani Mandal. दाइको coffee shop भन्ने गीत त्यसमै छ के.
Oh, I've seen that video.
Yeah, so that's from that same. So we made that just for that session, okay? And everybody came to us and said, yo, you guys should do this more often, and we did it. Okay, and we did it just to have fun. Okay? Like I remember we played at a venue and we did 5 songs in 2 hours because we jammed on each song for like 10-15 minutes. Okay? Like just spontaneously jam. That Whole Lot of Love that's on YouTube as well. That's a jam. We've never practiced Whole Lot of Love in our lives, and we just went just on the fly. And we like that's what I said. And plus our audience would be Satish Dai or Robin Tamang Dai. No, Satish Tapit from
Nevas. Oh, he's a very good audio engineer.
He's a fantastic audience and a fantastic guitar player. So they would come and jam with us, and it would be like this whole huge party, and like that's what we enjoyed about it, that it gave us this joy. But people started saying that you guys should have originals. We're like, okay, let's try originals.
Oh, the All in My Head.
All in My Head.
Oh my god.
So that's one take.
Yeah,
that's all one take live right there. Like लेखेको पनि त्यही के
That's amazing.
He's like, let's shoot a video. I'm like, okay, I'll just start writing this song then. And then
I really like that song, man.
yeah, it's a Dyke just composed that song. I just wrote on that song. Like it was so spontaneous, on the fly. Because me and Sarat, there's so many, it's on my phone. Like I have so many Two Gunslinger songs, like live demos. Okay?
Yeah.
And me and Sarat just haven't found the time because Sarat is busy with Shritin and Tumbleweed, and I'm busy with ASM.
Yeah.
So we haven't found the time to sit down and record these songs also. Okay?
Yeah. I mean, when it's meant to happen, it will happen.
Yeah, but that's what lazy creative people also say.
Yeah,
that's what the one thing Raymond I told me. He said, Abhishek, I'm a creative person also, but damn it, we have to meet some deadlines, man. I'm like, I know that's important because you have to close and move on to other things as well.
Big and better things, right?
And I want to have more, I want to put out more songs, explore more music, and with music, the more you listen, the more you write. Right? Okay.
त्यो चाहिँ हो inspiration चाहिरहेको हुन्छ
मैले त I consume anything from Polyphia to Gojira to Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasia to Boston to the Mississippi Shakes to Robert Johnson. So I keep it very diverse because my musical upbringing has been as such. मेरो त musical Indian classical music upbringing थियो Eastern classical के थियो. So I have that in me, and then I sort of explore I love the blues. I love the expression of the blues. like I'm like revisiting all these classic albums. Like मेरो album सुन्ने बानी छ के. So if I hear a song and I really like it, I'll go and listen to the whole album, के, to see what the artist was trying to do. And so right now I'm on the album called Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder, which we played.
Yeah, that's the one we were playing earlier.
Oh my God.
I played him on the car. No, but I was listening to the album and like the sort of songs they were composing in 72, 71. Different level. And I told him, I said, look at this progression there. And it was Living for the City, and then there was Have a Talk with God, that song. And he plays a sample. Like, there's a sample. Okay? And like in 71, 72, okay? And I talked to the keys player, like Prajwal Lama is like a prodigy of a keys player. He plays bass, he plays guitar. I told him, don't you damn sing and take my job.
He might do it one day.
Yeah, I'm going to break your hands. I'm going to show up with a crowbar at your place. So I like, and I tell him like what is, and he tells me that this is a sample. This is a sample, like, so we wanted to cover the song, okay? Like with Spirit X, now we're moving more towards like funk and old school 70s pani,
wow.
Because what we felt is sort of a stagnation in our sound, and we just wanted to like push it and
diversify,
and, like just completely flip our set list so that like naya geetharu progression pani sikhdo रहेछ के मान्छेले त्यसरी. So the more you listen, the more you make.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Wow. Dad हुँदा कस्तो लाग्छ त? Dad हुँदा when you're a father,
you feel as if you have a purpose in life. You feel very without a purpose.
It's a different feeling. I can't explain. Like I try to tell people, like it's just not explainable. You just have to have the kid to understand that.
Yeah, किनकि क्षितिज दाइले नि मलाई भन्नु भएको छ के मलाई एकदम याद आउँछ हैन. I'm not a dad. I'll be
soon to be.
अब तपाईले भन्नुहुन्छ नि जब मैले मेरो छोरीलाई like आफ्नो हातमा लिए, then I realized कै feeling
absolutely.
I think that's probably one of like, it's like the opening of a chakra in your body.
Absolutely, your spirit transcends to this different level.
It just transcends to another level. And almost every father I know has said the same thing to me. It just happens. Your
empathy gets boosted. Your emotions gets boosted. Your patience gets boosted. You know,
so, like,
it's
I've seen my demeanor change. Like I've become nervous also about a few things that involve kids.
More protective
more protective about like even other kids, like absolutely. Other people's kids also. Like now, but you like you like become a little more cautious and nervous almost with other kids also.
Empathy.
It goes. Empathy sort of amplifies and sort of starts stabbing you a little bit in the chest also sometimes, because there's nothing you can do about it because you've let the parents do what they want, but at the same time you're like, are you sure you're supposed to do that? Just upon like, but you have no
to that, right?
But you can't say anything because it's just gonna escalate the situation to something else. But I've also learned that I have to just be patient and let life show me what it's supposed to show me. Just upon boy, I would say. So when you have to feed a baby that doesn't want to eat, oh my god.
Yeah.
That teaches you patience.
And those mysterious cries in the middle of the night, you don't know what's wrong.
Yeah. Well, that was easy for me because I spent many nights in Tamil training for it, drinking till 4 a.m. So it prepared me well for fatherhood.
That's right. That's a good way to get ready.
Imagine if I wrote a parental book, How to Be a Dad, in 100 nights.
Successful one.
Successful one.
Dad 101.
That would be a bestseller.
That would be because I didn't sleep. Like I haven't slept for 8 hours in 8 years maybe.
Really?
Yeah, no. I 6 hours, 5 hours is 7 hours is enough for me.
Oh, that's great. I wish I could do that.
That's all I can do. I can't even sleep more than that anymore. Like even if I sleep at 2, I'll still get up at 7.
Oh, that's a body clock.
Yeah. So I have to, like if I sleep at 12, I still get up at 7. If I sleep at 3, I still get up at 7. Do you know what I mean?
Do you believe in the saying that once you get all your body clock automatically set?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I think my body's already anticipating my kid waking up.
Okay.
And sort of wants to get the the first the first few steps in so that I'm prepared for the kid waking up.
It's kind of subconscious though, like it's just.
But I was doing this even before the kid. Like I was getting up, like my body clock was set. Like I because I never liked sleeping.
Oh really? Why?
As a kid, I never liked. I thought it was a waste of life. And I thought like such a waste of
Half
time.
of our life we sleep away,
I'm
right?
opposite.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, no, my wife is so. My wife loves her sleep, and I get it also. Like I wish I was that well rested. Fun like sometimes, but then I've like ever since I was a kid, I used to get up in the morning at 5, 6 in the morning to watch cartoons, and my aunts would go, "What is like all of his cousins are sleeping and he's the only one up?" And I would tell them, "Yeah, because cartoons are on. Like, why would I miss this for sleep?"
Boring.
So I'm kind of anti-sleep. Like I'll sleep when I'm dead. Wala person ho gaya aligati ma.
I understand. A lot of people say that because, like I said, we sleep half of our life.
Yeah, but
That's a lot of sleep.
but I never thought of it like that. I always thought sleep is boring. I would rather be awake and be doing something or learning something or seeing something.
But you cannot be like awake 24 hours and then.
Oh yeah, biologically it's not possible.
Well, I mean, I wish I didn't get into many things like podcasting and hosting 2 shows and then working in media and advertising and then being a musician and then composing and then looking for music videos and then looking at finances and then so for me 24 hours is sometimes not enough.
Do you think social media is amplifies
it, and so that's why I unfollowed everyone on Instagram. Like my life became a lot more peaceful. I actually unfollowed because I had a hacking problem. Like somebody got into my Instagram from another machine, like another device. So I unfollowed like everybody actually, and I tried to get the account back, which eventually I did. I'm not sure, but since I unfollowed everyone, I didn't do it out of spite. I just wanted to get rid of this problem, of the hacking problem as well. But I just to सास पनि फेर्न पाओस् के एकछिन चाहिँ. And my feed is so random on Instagram. Like I enjoy it so much now.
It's all different stuff.
And I tell people I'm not going to follow you back. So if that bothers you, you should not follow me. Exactly. And it's nothing personal. I will never take it personally. Yeah. Like, but I'm not going to follow anybody. Like the only 2 accounts I follow is Haze and 5150, and I followed that because in Haze, the guy Samir, who I love, he showed me like how do you do like आजकल त्यो दुईटाले एउटा भिडियो सँगै राख्न पाउँछ नि त दुईटा अकाउन्टले.
collab
गर्ने मिल्छ. So he wanted to show me that, so I followed him for that. And 5150 I followed because Dipit again. Dipit Raj.
Damn, shout out to Dipit.
Yeah.
He's one of the best photographers, eh?
He threatened me. He bullied me. No. He said, दाइ follow गर्नु न दाइ म तपाईको भिडियो चाहिँ निकाल्न लाग्छु शेयर गर्नुपर्छ जस्तो okay, and I followed it. So those are the only 2 accounts I follow, and life is pretty sweet. On Facebook I uninstall the app from time to time from my phone because I find it counterproductive from time to time. Okay. I don't want to look at what I don't want to look at your house. I don't want to look at other people's houses. I want to build my house. Like it's not. Of course. It's not doing it for me. So I just uninstall the whole thing. And when I log back in, there's like 50 notifications, 20 notifications. And then
how often do you do it?
Like every 10 days.
Oh, 10 days.
Every 15 days, I'll just uninstall it. And then I'll be like, oh damn, फेरि मेरो कति business को the booking को काम things. I'm like, ah shit. And then I have to log back.
So मेरो story चाहिँ भन्नु पर्दा चाहिँ कस्तो भएको थियो नि. So I used to do the same. केही पोस्ट गर्नु छ भने एप इन्स्टल गर्यो, पोस्ट गर्यो, डिलिट गर्यो हैन. सो डिप इनसाइड कस्तो हुन्थ्यो नि पोस्टिङ गोस्ट. सो डिप इनसाइड कस्तो हो नि, why am I doing this खालको हुन्छ. अनि I think I should म आफै कन्ट्रोल गर्छु भनेर मैले युट्युबमै हटाएको थिएँ क्या. म फोनै चलाउँदिनँ भनेर इन्स्टल गरेर. तर अहिले चाहिँ सबै छ बट मलाई चाहिँ अहिले के लाग्छ नि, इट्स अल फर द गुड भयो हुन्छ. म चाहिँ त्यसो गर्छु. खै इट माइट बी डिफ्रेन्ट है. तर पर्सपेक्टिभ त हो नि.
Anybody, what works for you may not work for me. What works for me may not work for you. Exactly. It's personalized.
There is not one leaf in the history of existence that is like another leaf in the history of existence.
Exactly. कस्तो इन्ट्रेस्टिङ पर्सपेक्टिभ हुन्छ या. तपाईले यो गर्नुहुन्छ, तपाईले अर्कै गर्नुहुन्छ, मैले यो गर्छु. That's very nice.
And you learn from it because maybe you need these fresher ideas sometimes to spruce something in your life as well that has reached a point of redundancy. and repetitiveness, and like that's, you always fear living in the matrix, like like loop ma matrai baasna man lagdaina ni ta. You want to sometimes get out of the loop also. And sometimes you enjoy the loop. Sometimes the loop is fun, and like the hamster wheel,
Yeah, exactly. But I would have thought back in the 90s, if you could have come to told me that you're gonna be sitting here looking at this flat screen in your hand for like half of your day.
That RoboCop told us.
They were told us already. But
the Terminator told us.
It's it's different. The way it consumes you is completely different. Like
it's how you take it. I think social media is like a book. But what you write in the book is like that's how I look at TikTok now. Like TikTok for me is like a book. What you fill the book up, you can write nursery rhymes in that book, you could write a novel in that book, you could write gibberish in that book. It depends on what you put up. Like I think generation gap starts showing after a while. Like you don't understand the content. Why is this funny?
Exactly.
Why is this trending? Why is this so meaningful to this generation? I just don't hear it. But I go back to what Joe Satriani said. No, what Taylor Hawkins said. Rest in peace.
Oh, rest in peace.
Taylor Hawkins said that your father is not supposed to like your music.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Interesting.
He said your father is not supposed to like your music. That's what makes it your music. Like, he's supposed to find it noise. He's supposed to find it like, what is that noise? And he's like, it should have that element of rebelliousness, almost.
Absolutely.
So अब हाम्रो बेलामा रक थियो, अब हाम्रो बाउहरूले त बुझ्दैन थियो नि त रकमा के गरे त के चाहेको थियो. हामीले बुझ्दैन के अब के अटो ट्युन गरे के अब यो के टिकटक चलाइरा. But that's part of the cycle. When they come of our age, something will come up that they won't understand.
Kids,
and then they won't understand. And then that's generation. So I understand not everything is for me. मेरो त फोनमा टिकटक पनि चल्दैन for some reason. I don't know what.
That's a blessing.
I don't know. Yeah, okay, I guess. Like everybody says.
मैले इन्स्टल पनि गरेँ. Thank God मैले टिकटक चाहिँ गरेको छैन.
I don't have a TikTok account, but I gotta spy on my daughter.
Well, I think I've seen people hours on TikTok in front of me, like hours just flipping TikTok.
Stories and reels.
Yeah, just reels and everything. That I've seen it, but
reels is not less than TikTok.
It's not. But again, it's how do you utilize your time? What are you doing? If you're on TikTok and you're looking at guitar tutorials, it's helping you.
Very helpful.
Same, exactly.
If you're looking at how to fix your motorbike, about an engine, how you can open it up, how you can fix the piston, it's helping you.
But thanks to the creators too, like because they put those kind of stuff, so that
in there,
absolutely. Right? And you know what? At the same time, even a girl just dancing, in a mini skirt in front to Harry Styles' new song, even that's fine. Yeah. Because it's her expression. Exactly. It's her life. Yeah. And let her live her life. I don't care. Like it's her expression. Like why? Whatever, if I have any negative projections towards it, it's my insecurities I'm projecting.
Yeah, true.
And I realize that, and sometimes I catch myself like you funny content, and then I sort of catch myself judging somebody else, and I say, no, wait a minute. As a 16-year-old, maybe I would have posted the same thing. I want to fit in also.
Yeah. If you complain, it's just that your ego is speaking,
Your ego is speaking, plus you're not connecting to it. Okay? Yeah. Like my generation doesn't connect to it, and I'm like, okay, it's not for me. Sorry, there's a bunch of other things I can do. Yeah. Let's go to LinkedIn.
But no, when you open up, LinkedIn, that connection is important. Though that's kind of same. Like so, this music my daughter listens to, I don't like any of them, but there were a couple of songs when I repeatedly listened to it a couple of times, I started understanding. I was like, I kind of see why they like it.
I wouldn't go to YouTube and search a BTS song and listen to it. I would not. Right. But that doesn't mean they're not good.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just not. Maybe I'll be a big BTS fan 1 year from now. I don't know.
You don't know.
I have no idea.
You don't know when it clicks, when it hits.
I don't know when it hits. So I the only thing in life you can do is never say never.
Yeah. Never say never. Yeah, true.
Because the universe is listening.
Yeah.
And if you say never to something, sometimes the universe goes, okay.
Okay.
Because possibilities are limitless.
Yeah. So you have to. That's the whole thing.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Wow.